Hello guys, welcome to another video of MercBenzKing. Today we're going to talk about the driving modes of this car. It has three main driving modes: the comfort mode, the sport mode and the sport plus mode. It also has an individual mode and an eco mode. The sport mode is the most aggressive one. It leaves the car in a lower gear. It also lowers the car by 50 millimeters, in which I showed you back in the days in another video. So if you want to check out the full review of the airmatic suspension, the air suspension, you can press the button on the top right corner of the screen and it will take you there. So guys, let's get going. I will start off in the comfort mode. That's the mode most of the people will drive in. So let's go. So I will show you what the comfort mode is. You can see that the engine, the suspension, the steering is all set to comfort, and the start-stop function is set on. You can turn it off by pressing this button right here. So let's have a look at how this drives. I put it in drive with the stick. Let's see. It drives very soft. And let's have a look at the steering. It doesn't respond very quickly. So you can see that with comfort mode you have enough power. So you don't need sport mode to drive in a sporty way. So the comfort mode is really for driving in comfort. As for the steering, it is pretty light. I also saw some people in the comment sections talking about the too light steering wheel, but I don't think it's too light. It is amazing actually. I don't have to touch the steering wheel and it just goes straight ahead. When I drove other cars, you really have to hold the steering wheel, but if you just let it go, it doesn't go left or right, or a little bit left or a little bit right. It just goes straight ahead. As for the transmission, I just have to touch it a little and it goes already. I will go to the city right now, just to do an extra around the city. Let's have a talk about the suspension. The Mercedes C-Class has a special suspension, so you really have a feeling like you're just sailing on the road, because it compensates the bumps. It reminds me of the Mercedes commercial they did about the chicken. Very funny. So guys, this is actually the mode I drive in 99% of the time. I will tell you more about the other modes, why I use them and in which situations I like to drive with them. So to conclude, comfort mode is the mode in which you will drive probably most of the time. It has some sporty characteristics. Also for the cruising, it is a very nice mode for cruising. So you don't have anything to complain about this mode. Some people may think this is too light, but you can also change it. So let's go to the eco mode. This one. Here you can see that the engine, the transmission is set to eco, so it's more economical. The suspension is the same as in comfort mode, so you have the same comfortness. And the steering is also set to comfort. The start-stop function is switched on. And the other thing that's different with the comfort mode is that now the airco system is also set to eco mode, which means that it now isn't that precise. So as for how it actually drives in eco mode, it can be a little bit annoying in the city, because sometimes you need the power, but it just changes gears very fast for better fuel economy. So I would recommend, for if you are driving in the city, just leave it in comfort. And if you want to save some fuel, you can leave the stop function on, so the engine will shut off like it did now when you're stopped at the traffic light. What I can recommend is, if you are driving on the highway at the constant speed, you can set it to eco mode, because it actually doesn't matter. You don't need the acceleration, so you can just leave it in eco mode, and maybe it will improve the fuel efficiency. So that's it for the comfort mode and the eco mode. Let's hop over to the sport mode. The sport mode, here many things change. The engine is set to sport, which means it holds the gears, 7 of them, longer. Also the steering wheel is set to sport, so it's sharper. You really feel the difference. So you don't have the light steering wheel anymore. It's pretty direct, as you can see. You still can get your hands off the steering wheel without it moving for a centimeter. It just goes straight ahead, like in the comfort mode. Also, a thing is that the car lowers itself now by the air suspension, which Mercedes calls Airmatic. I did a review on the Airmatic back in the days. It's a full in-depth review of the Airmatic. If you want to check it out, you can just click the button on the top right corner of the screen, and it will bring you there. Now the suspension is set to sport. It means 50 millimeters closer to the ground. Also in corners, it is pretty. You can take the corners very fast because of the air suspension. It's a full review about the Airmatic, and then you can actually see how the car lowers itself. The sport mode just has the perfect gear in the right moment, in the right situation. Actually, I don't use the sport mode that often. I use the Sport Plus mode more than the sport mode, because it changes more to the car. So now let's put it to sport mode, Sport Plus mode I mean. You can see that the car turned on, because the start-stop function is turned off by the system. Also, the steering wheel is in the same. It is the same as in sport mode, so you have the same steering feeling. Whoa! You really feel the difference between Sport Plus and Sport. Lower gears, plopping sound out of the exhaust. The air suspension is in the same height, but it is more stiff. It is stiffer. In Sport Plus, the car sounds so much more aggressive than in sport mode. So guys, I will take this left turn in Sport Plus mode, and maybe I can show you how this mode feels. Let's go. I just pressed a little bit. Oh darn! Traffic. downshift, downshift, upshift, downshift, downshift. Extremely aggressive. So that was using pedal shifters. You can take really extremely sharp corners like it's nothing. Mercedes might not be as aggressive or as sportiness as the BMW, but I think the combination between the comfortness of this car and the sportiness is just amazing. Mercedes does and always did a really good job at this. So guys, this mode, which I will use right now, is for the people who like to give their own character in the car. The individual mode, you can set the settings the way you want. For example, if you think traffic. For example, if you think that the steering is too light, you can just go to the vehicle settings, and then to agility select this one. If you think the steering is too light, you can put it to sport mode and leave the engine in comfort mode, also the suspension in comfort mode. Or if you think that you want to adjust to change the engine to sport mode and leave everything else in comfort, you can also do that. So you can change everything if you want. But I actually don't like the icon over there for individual. I think they should have done something else, not the purple color. So I think I'll just leave it in comfort. So guys, I'll be stuck here in traffic for a while. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the meanwhile, check out some other videos I did, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye guys. Now I will use the pedal shifters again. I press once, then it is in manual, as you can see in the middle. If I hold it, then it turns to automatic mode again. Then you see a D for drive, but I will leave it in sport mode by pressing once the plus button or one time the minus button. I press my foot on the brake, so it's now on the hold mode. So I just now have to push the gas, not too fast because otherwise the wheels will spin. When I accelerate, just press the upshifter, and then you can hear the plopping sounds. You don't have to go all the way to 6,000 RPMs.